Hey, this is Eamon. In this video, I want to talk to you about when you should start running ads for your painting company. I'm going to answer, is there a bad time, and when is the best time? So, first of all, is there a bad time? Now, one thing that I'm sure you already know is that the painting industry is a seasonal one, so demand for your painting services is going to fluctuate throughout the year, and it's going to become harder and more expensive to both capture and generate demand. Now, I've spoken about this a bit more on the channel. I'm planning on making a dedicated video just for this concept. But basically what I mean is that there are some ways of marketing where you're capturing demand. So demand is looking for you and you're just capturing it as it shows itself. So that's your website, your Google Ads, and your Google business profile on Google Maps, where people are actually searching. So during the winter months, if people aren't searching for painting services, then your website, like I said, Google Ads, Maps, all of these are going to get fewer clicks and fewer visitors and therefore fewer leads. Okay. Now that's just a seasonal thing. There's nothing you can do to change that. And with the demand generation, that's things like your Facebook ads, where you're trying to create demand where there is none, where you're trying to implant the idea in people's heads that, hey, maybe it's time you got painted. And obviously, maybe you should go with us. So if people can't, because of the weather, maybe they want to do their exterior, or they just don't want to get their house painted because of the time of year, then convincing them with your Facebook ads is going to be more difficult. So you're going to get fewer leads. And if you're getting fewer leads, then obviously that means that the price of each lead goes up. And that's exactly what you see during the winter months. So this is a graph that I made. Actually, ChatGPT made it for me. I just described it. Um, and I'm sure if you've been in business for some time, you can relate to this. You can see it's got the demand basically just on a curve. And you can see that the months of December, January, February, these are the worst, okay? And things are going to start picking up in March and April, especially as you get more into summer, May, June, July. These are some of your best times. And then around August, that's like back to school season. Some people go on holidays during this time. And then there's a bit of a fall rush after this when people are thinking, okay, the winter's closing in, we should get painted really quick. So that's these people. And then again, the cold sets in and demand falls down. All right. The thing with this is that this is predictable. Okay. So the best way to get ahead of this is to just plan for it. I've made a video on this before. I'm going to get to that in a second. Like I said, if you've been in business for some time, I'm sure you can relate to this. Despite everything that I said before, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't market in the winter, but it's just something to think about. Now, you absolutely should market if you have a lot of budget to spend and you don't mind paying the higher cost for a while. So like I said, you're going to be paying a higher cost per lead on like when it comes to paid ads, obviously. Things like your website and your Google Maps, you don't pay money for that. You might have to pay money to rank it, to get an agency to rank it for you, but you're not actually spending money with Google. And you also should run ads if you want to get ahead of the competition so you can hit the ground running in spring. So if you're consistently in front of people in the months of like December, January, February, then you're going to be top of mind so that when they're ready to paint, they're going to go with you, or they're at least going to get in touch with you because they've been seeing you around. They've been making a mental note each time they saw your ad. And when they're ready, when the weather gets better, then they're going to get in touch with you. Now, as far as the best time, I would say that if budget is a factor, then it's probably best for you to just wait for the worst of winter to pass and make sure that you're prepared for next winter. The best way to prepare for this is to scale your ad campaigns when leads are cheap and book jobs for the winter months. So that's how you prepare. So during these months here, like April, May, June, July, even August, I'd say, these are going to be your best months. This is when leads are at their cheapest, estimates are as cheap as they're going to be, and then that means obviously the cost of acquisition, the cost to get a job, is as low as it's going to be. And it's during this time you want to allocate more of your budget to these months, okay? So you're basically going to fluctuate your ad spend with the demand so that you're paying a lot of money to acquire a lot of leads when leads are cheap. And then after that, you can decide, do you want to scale it back down during the winter months or do you just want to keep things rolling? That's completely up to you. And the good thing about doing this, about booking jobs for the winter, is that you can decrease your budget or you can turn your ads off completely without having to worry about having jobs because you already booked well ahead in advance. So that's the best thing about this strategy, is that you're prepared. And I spoke about this in this video called How to Get Painting Leads in the Slow Season. And unfortunately, once you're actually in that spot and you need jobs tomorrow, it's just very difficult to do that. And I still recommend that you watch this video because I've got a few ideas on how you can try to drum up business during this time. And it's worth a shot, But that's basically everything I've got for this video. Hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. And if you're looking to generate more estimates for your painting business, then you can get in touch with me on my website. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.